Well, welcome. This is Christopher Rodkey, your AFA scheduling chair, and I'm hoping to show folks who are interested what it's like to build lines using AIMS, the crew scheduling software that we have here at Horizon Air. You can see here, this is sort of the setup screen. This is where we start the entire process. The large area with all the boxes right there, that is a sort of workspace, and it's numbered from top to bottom in the order of lines. In this time-lapse version that you're going to see, we're going to build lines for the Spokane base. Normally this takes hours, but on this it'll speed up right along. You'll see the dates are all the way across the top there from left to right. Those are the 35 days in the bid. Red days indicate weekends, white days are holidays. So as you can see, there's trips down along the bottom. On the left are the line numbers, and along the bottom, those are all of the trips in open time. They come in no particular order, they just kind of all get dumped in like that. You can see basic information like trip number, and you can see line numbers to the left. We try to keep consistent show times as we move across from left to right, ensuring that trips line up on the same days. Now here you can see that's trip 6034, there's trip 6109. And what we want to do is try to place the trips on the same start days as frequently as possible so that you have a consistent schedule. It's not always possible, but we try to make the majority of our lines as consistent as possible. Here you can see this is a 2-day trip because it spans 2 boxes. This right here, trip 6035, is a 4-day trip. It spans 4 boxes in a row. Can't tell what the overnights are at this point. They are simply just 2, 3, 4-day trips, and that's about all that I know. Now we're speeding quickly through the process of how the lines are actually built. I'm going through and picking and choosing each trip and trying to put it on the line so that it stays consistent. This normally takes a couple of hours, but because of the way that the time lapse is working here, it is going to take only a couple minutes. So it looks a lot easier than it actually is. It requires quite a bit of patience. Now you can see here that I've doubled up the lines and I'm starting to copy and paste them as we move through. But you can see that this line here works mostly Monday through Tuesday, or Monday through Wednesday, as well as Monday through Thursday. And as you can see in this column, we have our block hours and our credit hours lined up in different columns. And it's very important for us to try and, well, required to keep us above the minimum guarantee of 80 hours and 48 minutes. So we spend a lot of time after we build a framework of lines trying to make sure that all of the lines are above credit or that they aren't too much credit. Sometimes we accidentally build a line that's 120 credits and we have to reduce that because of our contractual maximums. Here we're putting together some of the last of the lines. Not a lot of trips to choose from down in the open time pot, so some of these can end up looking a little bit rough, but we try to make adjustments so that they're still at least tolerable. Now you can see that we're painting on all of the off days. This is another slow process that looks miraculously fast. We have to individually paint in each day off, which can take quite a bit of time to process. One thing that I kind of blew over here pretty quickly, but takes quite a bit of time, is going through and fine-tuning the lines, making adjustments to make sure that they are good lines that have consistent show times, but also meet all of our other contractual requirements. Right now what you're seeing is we're kind of going through and making those small adjustments, as well as building part-time lines for our part-time line holders. Sometimes we have to borrow from other lines in order to make that happen, or take one line and split it into 2. And you can see here that this bid is just about done for Spokane. There's a few more changes that go on behind the scenes, and those eventually get turned into bid packets. Right now you can see an almost nearly completed Anchorage base, which was all day trips. It could be kind of complicating to try and arrange this, but here we are trying to fix up the lines to build an additional 2 lines on top of what we already had. So we went through and split some of the lines up, tried to find good places where we could avoid WACL violations as well as build a line that's at a high enough credit.